ขอบคุณ Midas Window Film ฟิล์มกันรอยสำหรับเฟอร์นิเจอร์และฟิล์มป้องกันรอยจากการใช้งาน Midas Window Film
Designhub วันนี้นะคะจะพาทุกคนมาเจอ special case ค่ะคือจะรู้จักอาจารย์ท่านหนึ่งนะคะมาจาก Los Angeles นะคะแล้วก็มาจากมหาลัย Claremont Graduate University นะคะปีที่แล้วจะได้ไปเยี่ยมที่ Claremont เนาะแล้วก็จะตั้งใจที่จะไปดูมหาลัยเพื่อที่จะให้ทุนการศึกษาให้คนไทยไปเรียนที่นั่นนะคะก็เลยต้องไปเซอร์เวย์ว่ามหาลัยเป็นยังไงนะคะได้เจอกับอาจารย์หลายๆท่านที่นั่นที่น่ารักมากๆนะคะแล้วก็มหาลัยที่นั่นคือร่มรื่นมากแล้วก็บรรยากาศดีมากเลยจือก็เก็บไว้ในใจเนาะว่าเนี่ยจะเป็นเป้าหมายอีกอันนึงที่จือจะทำก็คืออยากจะพาคนไทยไปเรียนปริญญาโทที่นั่นปริญญาเอกที่นั่นนะคะวันนี้อาจารย์ที่เคลมอนได้เดินทางมาที่ไทยนะคะจือไม่รู้ว่าทุกคนจะเข้าใจกับสิ่งที่เราจะดำเนินรายการหลังจากนี้ไหมแต่หวังว่าจะต้องมีประโยชน์ไม่มากก็น้อยค่ะดีไหมจริงเหรอ He said I'm doing great.
Fantastic. I'm not surprised.
So I'm here with Dr. Michelle from Claremont Graduate University. Hi from Thailand. We say hi like this. สวัสดีค่ะ สวัสดีค่ะ Welcome to Thailand.
Thank you so much.
We are so great and honored to have you here. Yeah.
I'm so honored to be here.
So can you explain yourself? Who are you? Introduce yourself for us, please.
Hi, my name is Michelle Bligh. I am the Executive Vice President and Provost of Claremont Graduate University. Provost is a fancy term for saying I'm the Chief Academic Officer. So I have the honor and privilege of working with students from all over the world in their education and pursuing graduate degrees, mostly masters and PhDs.
That's so cool. That's why I'm super excited. I never vice president before. Exclusive vice president before. So this is my first time. Can you clarify what Claremont Graduate University is different from other university?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of things that are different about Claremont Graduate University. We are about to celebrate our 100th year anniversary. So we were founded in 1925.
Okay.
So we are...
One more year.
Yes, one more year. We are going to have our birthday. And we were founded as the graduate university of a consortium of colleges. So what that means is we have both the joy of being a small university. We have about 1,600 students, but we are neighboring 6 other universities. So total there are 6,000 students. So we can be both small and intimate, but also have the resources of a larger university.
Wow, that's very interesting. Okay, so you said it's a small campus.
Yes.
How many again?
So we have 1,700 students, but our faculty to student ratio is about 8 to 1. So many of the seminars are very small. You have a lot of opportunities to get to know other students and to get to know the faculty. So we have faculty that mentor students that are studying everything from arts to humanities to social sciences to business to public health to information systems and technology. And we're really excited to have a global classroom. So we have students from Thailand, we have students from all over Asia and all over Europe, all over the world. So our student body is almost 21% international. And so we're mixing students and faculty from all over the globe to discuss these important issues that are affecting all of us.
Wow. So during the class, we can meet other people from other countries as well. It's a face-to-face education or like it's online or...
So it's both now. Both. And one of the things that we learned during the pandemic is that education can be both intimate in a small seminar classroom, and we can now loop in students from all over the world in a hybrid classroom. So some of our classes will have a group of 5 or 6 students in a room in Claremont, and then we may have students in China and Mexico City and Bangkok also in the classroom. So we're excited that we're really a global community now, and we can reach more people. And one of the reasons I'm here in Thailand is to promote Claremont Graduate University and make those connections, because the problems we face are increasingly global and interconnected, and we understand that we need to be working with people from around the globe to solve them.
Like, I heard that you're coming here and to meet our Prime Minister as well. You said that our Prime Minister is graduate from Claremont?
Yes.
That's so cool. Like,
It's so exciting, right? So this is an example of how we're bringing leaders from all over the world to study at Claremont Graduate University, and then those leaders are going back and making impact in their societies, in their communities, and in the world at large.
Can I say that Claremont Graduate University focus on creating leaders and problem solvers?
Yes, so our mission is to create change agents to impact society for a better world. So our vision is to be the global leader in transformative graduate education. And it's a big vision, but what it means to me and to you is that when students come to us, education often changes their lives. They sometimes change their careers. They sometimes change the way they think. They may come to study art, and they may also leave with a certificate or a degree in leadership or public policy.
Really?
And now we're working on implementing AI for humanity into all of our curriculum. So even if you study art or English or the social sciences, you're also leaving with an understanding of how technology is impacting you and your discipline, and how you then need to lead in a global AI-enabled world.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to ask. If we are talking about AI, what do you think about AI nowadays? How they impact us and like small issues and to like a bigger issue?
I think that just like every technology, AI is radically transforming many aspects of how we do business. So we know that 59% of American companies are already using AI. 52% of Asian companies are already using AI. So the amount of adoption is already quite enormous, and it's going to continue to penetrate most aspects of our daily lives.
So, which aspect it gonna?
Healthcare. When you go to the doctor or when you have a health issue, increasingly you will put in your symptoms, and AI will help with what some of the remedies may be. When you go to a business and you are asking for customer service, already AI is answering many of your issues.
That's true.
Even at when you go to college now, AI is helping students pick which classes they should take.
Wow.
It's helping students write essays, and there's a lot of controversy about that, because then it can also be used for cheating, or I didn't write the essay, the ChatGPT wrote it, and I'm putting my name on it. So it's really changing everything.
So that's also affecting education as well.
Fundamental, yes, and there are already talk of teachers who are fully AI enabled. So what levels can we have teachers in the classrooms that are basically AI, not human anymore?
Not human anymore. Oh my God. So life is changed, the world is changed. So the education also have to follow or like lead us, right?
Yes.
So how Claremont adapt about this?
So I mentioned one way we're educating all of our students around how to use AI for humanity. And by that we mean thinking about the policy, the ethical, and the psychological implications of using the technology. For example, there are ways in which AI might be helpful in that some young people may be more likely to talk about mental illness with AI than with a friend or parent because they're worried about the stigma. So there are ways that it can help. There are also ways I think that we need to be cautious. So we're using the content and the research to try to help understand how do we take advantage of the positive aspects while mitigating the potential downside.
So they have like pro and cons in everything.
Everything.
I want to go back to the topic that you said, like one student going to Claremont with major art but graduate with different, how that happens, how you influence them to interest in other topics.
Great question. I think one way is because we are a big word which is transdisciplinary. And what that means is that we're really interested in helping students follow their interests or their problem. And if the problem is climate change, for example, that's a huge problem that you can't answer simply with science or simply with public policy. You need a combination. So we encourage all of our students to take classes in other disciplines so that they get exposure to different perspectives, and we also put them in classes with students from other disciplines. So if you are in English class, you may also, well, I'll give an example of one leadership class I taught. I have students from religion, art, business, information technology, psychology, all together. And then we ask the questions, what makes a good leader? What does a good leader in music look like versus interior design versus in politics? How does that impact the way you think about leadership?
That's so cool. That's very interesting topic. So you're talking about leadership. I think that's very relates to me because I'm like owner of interior firm. I want to know if I go there as a student, what will I learn to be a better leader?
Great question.
Yeah.
So first of all, it's amazing that you are leading your firm, and I'm very passionate about gender and leadership and helping to enable female entrepreneurs. So what you will learn is the practice of leadership, and the practice of leadership is really something that you develop throughout your lifespan. So you may be facing different challenges with your company, with your employees, with your team, with your strategy, and so we will in different courses we will tackle each of those topics with you and with a group of other students who are also confronting those topics. Maybe someone in a sales company, someone in real estate, someone who's leading in the government, and so we bring together the questions that you are facing. What are your challenges as a woman leader entrepreneur in this space, and how can your peers as well in the classroom as well as the professors help you to tackle those problems?
So I can see that you are very resourceful that to solve any students' challenges.
We really believe that education is about bringing really smart people together and collaboratively tackling issues. And if you have an issue or a problem that you can't solve, it's because you haven't brought enough individuals around the table to help you think through it. And it's through that process of conversation and, okay, have you thought about this? Have you thought about that? Well, in my experience, I've tried this. And so through those conversations is where we think that the new insights and new innovations happen.
So it's not by the book.
No.
It's not
No.
like any theory.
There are many theories that we look at, but I think one thing that's important for people to understand is that education has radically changed in the last few decades. It's no longer reading a textbook. You can read a textbook at home now. You don't even have to go to a classroom, right?
Classroom.
So all of that knowledge is accessible to you on the internet. What the classroom can provide is how do you apply it? How do you contextualize it? How do you make sense of it? Because reading a textbook, I can read about doing interior design,
That's true.
but I will still be terrible at it because I haven't practiced it, I don't have the experience, and I don't have the context. So all of the challenges you're facing are evolving dynamically, and a textbook is never going to give you the answer to those types of questions. Those are the ones we want to tackle.
So I understand that master degree will open our vision, right? What is doctor degree is different from master degree?
Great question. So I want to say traditionally, the master's degree is a 1 to 2 year, very applied domain-specific degree. So a master's in fine arts, a master's in English, a master's in business administration. And then traditionally, the PhD was a very research-oriented degree. So it was 5 to 7 years, and still is in many cases, of really in-depth research on a particular topic. At Claremont Graduate University, we started about 2 years ago to ask the question, do these degrees still suit us in 2024? And we said yes for some students, but no for others. And so we launched a group of degrees we call professional doctorates. And these are for practicing leaders who want to come back to school because they are experts already in running their business in their domain, but they're tackling complex problems that they don't have ready answers to. And so re-engineered the degree so that working people can tackle those issues in the classroom and do it in a way that still serves their needs.
Wow, so it's really up to date.
It's literally some of the degrees we just launched in 2022.
Wow, that's very interesting because I'm so sure that in Thai industry we have many inspiration to be SME, to do the business and to do business since they're still young. So we're gonna have actually we have lots of successful entrepreneur in Thailand, but as we didn't graduate from school for business, from leadership, from things that we lost, I applied to short course in Thailand, 4 days, study in MBA or something like that.
Yes.
And I can see lots, hundreds of people of successful entrepreneur still feel that they are missing something. Yeah, I can see that there's still market for you that people that feel that they face something difficult in real life. I don't know that what are we can develop more or what we are missing.
Sure.
So education is still the answer.
I believe yes, because I think that the world we live in today necessitates that we are all lifelong learners. And so if you didn't get a degree at this age or that age, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Or myself, I have a PhD, which used to be considered a terminal degree. I hate that term. It's not like I'm done learning and I'm finished. In my current position, I would love to learn more about law, about human resources, about entrepreneurship, and also about psychology and how I can help the people I work with. So it's more about what you're missing at any point in your life and how the university can help you fill in that knowledge. And it doesn't have to be, all at 2 years at a time anymore or 7 years at a time. A lot of universities now are offering micro-credentials, certificates, workshops. So even if you only have 4 days or 4 weeks, you can go back and work with people that are tackling similar issues and help you fill in those gaps.
Yeah, because as we are running business we cannot close company and to
right.
fly there
Pause all your customers.
yeah how we gonna do this I think you said there's workshops courses
Yes.
short courses
Courses,
right?
certificates, micro credentials, all of those things at Claremont Graduate University, and they don't necessitate that you move to Claremont. So in many before the advent of technology, you would have had to move physically to a university to take the classes in person. That's no longer the case. Through the miracle of technology, you can
That's new for me.
access technology from anywhere or education through technology anywhere in the world.
so we can take class while we are in Thailand
You can. One of the challenges is, so we talked a lot about synchronous versus asynchronous because the big challenge with Thailand and California is the time zone, right? So tomorrow morning I have a 3 a.m. meeting because of the time change. So a lot of the courses and credentials we move now to async. So you can access them at the time when you have and the time period when you're able to access them.
so we are not in the same class
You're in the same class in the sense that you and I could take the same class and access the same materials, but you could do it in Thai time and I can do it in California time.
Okay.
And then we also have something which is in the middle, which we call low residency, which is students meet together to get to know one another and build those connections. And then they go and access the content wherever they are in the world. And then they often come back at the end to cement the experience, engage in a project, and graduate.
So I heard about projects because we are so busy working, right? To study while working. Do you recommend it or?
I absolutely recommend it because, so I think this is the big distinction is that life, work, and study should not be 3 separate things. They should be interwoven. So I think the best classes and material are when you have a class and you can go to work the next day and apply what you learned. And then see what happens and then go back to class and say, this worked with my team. This worked with my strategy. This didn't work with my customers. This didn't work with my business plan. So there's a dynamic interplay between your work and your study.
So if you able to tell me, I'm sure like my followers, like all my subscriber would be the same position as me. If I want to or they want to apply to Claremont, what should they do?
So it's very easy, cgu.edu. So maybe you can put it in the
okay.
yes. And there we have many programs. They can also reach out to me directly, and I would be happy to meet, talk through programs, talk through different study options. So there are lots of. We make it very easy to apply. You can even apply on your smartphone now.
Okay, so each people you can customize
Yes.
the course
Correct.
for
Correct.
each people.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. So the program that may work for you may not work for any other one of your followers. They're going to be different, right? Because your challenges, your business, your context, where you are in your trajectory. You would all be graduates of Claremont Graduate University, but you may have a different type of degree. You may have a different concentration. Concentration is just a fancy way of saying, did you focus on leadership or strategy or human relations or legal issues, or you can have different concentration.
Wow. I want to know about personally that what you have perspective of leadership, and you said you're interested in human resource, so many topics that we can explore, right?
I'm interested in leadership because I believe that there are many people like you that have great talents, great business ideas, but it's currently difficult to enact those plans. And so I became interested in the study of leadership to try to expand pathways to leadership for more people and more types of people, because I believe that there's infinite potential in most of us and we all have passions and we all have a purpose, we all have things that we want to accomplish. But for most of human history, being a man, being born into a certain caste, being born into a certain type of family was the biggest predictor of if you actually got to enact those dreams.
What do you want to talk about further?
What do I want to talk further about?
Yeah.
I would love to hear your leadership philosophy and no?
Yes, we can.
I would love to hear about what your challenges are as a leader.
Wow. My challenge would be sales.
Sales. Okay?
Because I hate to sell something. I would love to design. That's my strength point. So my challenge is I have to go out and introduce myself to one that I never meet and need to talk about my career that I think someone can do better than me. Yeah, so before it's like word of mouth, right? I no need to introduce myself to anyone. My client would introduce myself to their friends, their family, and it's rolling like that for years.
Yes.
But after COVID, I need to open new market before I do market in expats in Thailand. So we have like group of my clients, right? But after COVID, they cannot fly to Thailand. So I need to open new market in Thai customer, which I never have done before.
It's a new skill. Right?
It's new market, new approach, new pricing, and I cannot charge as before that I charge like expats. I need to dumb it down as like market price, which is very challenging for me because I have high fixed costs that produce quality work. So I hired good professionals and I hire them with good salary. So my fixed costs
go up.
I cannot charge them as much as like other freelance. Yeah, so my challenges is like it's very competitive in Thailand. So I try to expand to LA. That's why I approach you guys. Yeah, so I think my market would be international because I know that our standards is very high. So we can touch every other country standards as well. That's my challenge is sales to expand and to sell our service because I developed our system so intense. I know that our system is like will produce very good work of design and we're gonna have like good outcome of design. But how they gonna know that we are good? So that's why we have YouTube channel. We try to evaluate knowledge about design in Thailand because people doesn't appreciate design. They appreciate like craftsmanship that you can see that is like tables, like chairs. They're gonna buy, but they will not buy something that's come from papers. And I need to explain to them that it's a lot of hard work from us, and I want them to appreciate it. That's why I start my channel to do marketing or something like that.
Sure. So you're confronting all of the challenges of a skilled entrepreneur. So you love the design part, but you have struggles with scaling. You have struggles with reaching out to new markets. You have struggles with promotion to those markets. You have struggles with trying to educate a new consumer base about what you are offering. All of those are very, very common entrepreneurial problems.
Okay.
So this is the kind of conversation that we would have in the classroom with other entrepreneurs about how have you done it? How have you done it? What can we look from theory of entrepreneurship about scaling and that would help in your particular case? How can we help Jules? And so that would be the kind of conversation we would have.
Now my heart beats. I feel like someone cares my problem.
Yes. and you're not alone. This is the
Yeah.
other thing that education really helps us understand is that for every problem that you are facing, there are thousands, if not millions, of solutions and other people that are also tackling those same problems. And if we come together and we collaborate and we share, we can do so much more than if we're struggling alone trying to solve the problem on our own with limited resources.
I can say that I have consultant. Can we say that?
Sure.
Like
Yeah.
when we come in course or study, we like have consultant, personal consultant.
Sure. Yes,
Is it-
absolutely.
yeah.
So one of our classes in our MBA program is exactly that, is a leadership coach. So you call a consultant. It is one-on-one developing what are your strengths as a leader and an entrepreneur? What are your opportunities for development and improvement? We have a lot of tools that we can use to diagnose those and then come up with a customized plan for you.
Wow, that's so cool. I think that's more relate to me.
But I think also for a lot of entrepreneurs, it's entrepreneurship by definition is a very solo, independent endeavor.
Yeah.
So it is not the same as working in a large company where you have a whole team of people around you. Entrepreneur is forging. It's challenging and it can be quite lonely.
Yeah. Okay, I understand now that
Yes.
it's like
And a lot of responsibility, right? Because
That's
when
true.
it comes down to it, it is dependent on you.
yeah, that's true. Everything is on us. Everything. Wow, that's so new knowledge for me. And I thought that master degree or PhD is so far away from me. But right now it feels so close that maybe I would apply to Claremont.
I hope you will, and I hope that one of the messages and why I'm here is that I think that the path to education should be more close and clear to more people because it really is helpful to have the knowledge and experience and collaboration of other people that are going through similar issues. And fundamentally, that's what education is and should be.
That's so true. At the end, education and knowledge is the answer. Thank you so much for today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Do I missing any point? Do you want to add anything?
I just thank you so much, and I really appreciate meeting you and all of the work that you have done. I am very humbled to meet courageous women leaders who are forging a path and setting a good role model for next generation. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. จูไม่คิดว่ามันจะใกล้ตัวขนาดนี้ค่ะตอนแรกนึกว่าจะมาเล่าเรื่องราวเกี่ยวกับมหาลัยที่จะไปเยี่ยมพอคุยไปคุยมาเฮ้ยมันเป็นอะไรที่จูสนใจมากเลยมันเป็นเกี่ยวกับ leadership มันเกี่ยวกับ human resource มันเกี่ยวกับอะไรที่เราทำงานอยู่ทุกวันแล้วเจอทุกวันนะคะแล้วถ้าเราได้เรียนหรือเราได้รู้จากคนที่เขารู้เรื่องนี้แบบลึกๆอ่ะมันคงดีแล้วเราคงสามารถเอากลับมา develop หรือว่าเอากลับมาพัฒนาองค์กรได้ดีกว่านี้จูเชื่อว่าหลายคนที่เริ่ม business เองอ่ะอาจจะรู้สึกเหงาอาจจะรู้สึกโดดเดี่ยวอาจจะรู้สึกว่าทำไมปัญหานี้แก้ไม่ได้สักทีมันมีคนที่มี know how ตรงนี้มี knowledge ตรงนี้เนาะที่ทำให้ปัญหานั้นๆอ่ะมันคลี่คลายไปได้ค่ะหวังว่า Designhub วันนี้จะเป็นประโยชน์กับทุกคนนะคะแล้วถ้าใครสนใจ Claremont Graduate University นะคะเดี๋ยวจือจะขึ้นตัวเว็บไซต์ไว้ให้ตรงนี้นะคะเดี๋ยวครั้งหน้าจือจะพาไปสัมภาษณ์ใครเด็ดๆแบบนี้อีกฝากติดตามกันด้วยนะคะวันนี้จือไปก่อนแล้วนะคะบ๊ายบายบ๊ายบาย
ขอบคุณ Midas Window Film ฟิล์มกันความร้อนจากแสงแดดได้ถึง 95%ช่วยลดการทำงานของแอร์และที่สำคัญไม่รบกวนสัญญาณ Wi-Fi พร้อมให้คำปรึกษาและบริการวัดพื้นที่ฟรีนึกถึงฟิล์มกันความร้อนนึกถึง Midas Window Film